Each year for the past 20 years, World Falun Dafa Day has been celebrated on or around May 13th. This international event honors the high-level self-refinement practice of Falun Dafa, also known as Falun Gong, and it coincides with the birthday of its founder and teacher, Mr. Li Hongzhi. It's also a time to commemorate the many thousands of practitioners killed since 1999 in the brutal persecution of this peaceful spiritual practice. We will be looking in on the Dafa practitioners in the greater Boston, Massachusetts area. This is Michael, a very resourceful individual who has been the cornerstone of the Boston celebrations.
Today we are celebrating World Falun Dafa Day. The practice is now being practiced in over 100 countries around the world. The Chinese government wanted to eradicate it in 3 months, back in 1999. Now it's been 20 years and it's spreading to many countries around the world.
Pure Heart Claremont had a chance to interview Michael right after the World Falun Dafa Day celebration in 2010.
What role do you play in the World Falun Dafa Day?
Mostly I do all the setting up of the site, which means putting the tents up, putting exhibits up, putting the banners up, make sure everything runs okay, the sound system and so on. So I just oversee everything in that nature.
You seem to work pretty well in the rain too.
Well, I roll with it, no problem.
There's some footage of you raising you're raising a banner with some other people. There's a long pole, and it reminds me of the raising of the flag on Iwo Jima. Remember that statue?
Oh yeah.
I guess there's symbolism there too, because I think that banner said truthfulness.
Yes.
And you're raising
That's
truthfulness
right, yes.
in this rugged world. Yeah, okay. So, listen, Michael, why is World Falun Dafa Day important to you?
Important for me, and it's also important for a lot of practitioners. It's a very symbolic day. That's when the practice of Falun Gong started, and also it's a day that our teacher's birthday. So it's a double significance for me. Both as a gratitude of this practice, this wonderful practice that that I'm in. So it's significant in those two aspects.
Very good. And so, how do you feel about this particular World Falun Dafa Day? I mean, most of the time, I guess it's been sunny the past years, but so what would you have any thoughts about in this particular day?
I woke up with heavy pouring rain right on the roof. I can hear it. It was thundering and so on. So, well, let's see what happens. And a practitioner called me up and said, well, what are we going to do? Just go with it, So we just roll with it, rain or shine, it doesn't matter to us. And the important is that we do it to pay our respect, pay our gratitude to Falun Dafa Day. Hey, it's another day, do it differently, just being wet, that's all.
Yeah, well, forbearance, tolerance,
That's right.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Jennifer also shared her feelings about World Falun Dafa Day.
How many years have you been coming to World Falun Dafa Day celebrations, Jennifer?
This year is my 10th time coming to celebrate the World Falun Dafa Day, the 10th year.
And you never missed a year?
I never missed a year.
Wow.
It's always been in Boston.
Rain or shine, right?
Rain or shine.
So obviously it's important. Why is Falun Dafa Day important to you?
It's a day to celebrate me being a Falun Gong practitioner and the joy of practicing Falun Dafa. For me, I started the practice after the persecution in China. So practicing always been also a journey for me to clarify the truth, to appeal to stop the persecution. So along the way, it's been, you have to thinking about the persecution, the practitioner in China a lot of times, so it's very heavy for me. But what Falun Dafa Day is a pure celebration, the joy of practicing. That's a lot of time, it's been forgotten about it. It's like practicing is to save people, save the practitioners in China, this is a day for me to remember. The reason why I practice is because Dafa is so good and I celebrate it.
Very good, very good. Now, this year's World Falun Dafa Day, how has that been different than the others in any way, besides the rain, of course?
Besides the rain.
Yeah, besides the rain.
Besides the rain. It's been the 10th year.
Yeah.
It's a big number, you know, it's a milestone for me. You know, how many decades a person can have. So this is my first decade of practicing Falun Dafa.
Well, I hope you'll be doing it for a couple more decades.
Many more decades.
Thank you very much.
The sound of waist drums has become almost synonymous with World Falun Dafa Day events. Could this be the littlest waist drummer boy in the making? Yes, these are the same waist drummers who perform in Boston on World Falun Dafa Day. This was the first World Falun Dafa Day celebration in Vermont. For the past couple of years, World Falun Dafa Day in Boston has been held on the Boston Common. Before that, it was usually held in Boston's Chinatown Park, marked by the iconic Pai Fong Gate. So, I think we can appreciate the bright side of World Falun Dafa Day and what it means for many Dafa practitioners. But on a quieter and deeper level, the truth about the persecution is brought home to many onlookers at these events, because they need to know the full story about Falun Dafa.